humans, this is an adoption campaign, but it's not for me or Mr. Buttons or Frank over there. It's for you, humans. This is a call to humans to adopt our movement, to adopt our cause.
This isn't just about saving one of us.
It's about saving all of us.
Thousands of lives, every single day.
It's about support for every one of us four, and sometimes not four-legged best friends, waiting to meet a best friend of our own. With Best Friends Animal Society leading the charge.
Shelter by shelter.
City by city.
We can save thousands of pets each day. Join us. Together we can save them all.
Thank you for joining us for Pet Connect. I'm Tara Douglas. How many times have you noticed on Facebook, or have you talked to someone and found out that a dog's been adopted, or that there's a rescue van that's heading up to one of the northern states to take dogs from Sylacauga, or someone's got a dog from the shelter that they're fostering, and you look at it and you think, wow, that's wonderful, and it is wonderful. But the main thing that people need to understand is all of the background that has to happen there, and the factor that helps us the most is our community. So I've asked my husband Jonathan to join me today to talk about community, because Jonathan talks about community quite a bit on his show Make Sylacauga Healthy Again, and that is a way to make the town healthy again, is getting this community together.
Yes.
So we're going to discuss different ways. We've got something coming up right now that is a really wonderful example of our community coming together to help, and that is our spaghetti supper that's coming up. So if you look at the Feral Dogs of Avondale Mills Facebook page, you'll get more information about it. That is August 27th. It's going to be at Oak Grove Senior Center from 5 to 7, and all of the proceeds are going towards spaying and neutering. And we have had so much support with this supper. We have people that have donated desserts. We've got people that donated all the supplies for it. And so we are pretty much good to go at this point. And it's going to be $15 a plate. And you can pre-order if you want, or you can actually just show up and we'll give you a plate there. And Jonathan, you weren't there. Last one we had was a few years ago. I don't think you were there with us.
I was not there, but you mispronounced it. Spaghetti.
Excuse me, the spaghetti dinner.
Spaghetti, yeah.
But we had such a good time. There are tables set up. We've got all kinds of people that show up and have spaghetti and sit down together, and they're actually eating spaghetti, not spaghetti when they're eating it. But it is the spaghetti dinner. But it's just a good time. We have volunteers that cook the whole time. There's a little kitchen there at the senior center, and everybody just loves to come out and eat that spaghetti and support it.
I don't think people realize how much money it takes to do everything that we do with spaying and neutering too. So anything we can get like this, if there's money that comes in, these little things add up, but it's really expensive every year when you see the budget of how much it takes to help these animals.
Absolutely, and let's talk about how important spaying and neutering is. So that's something that's a big deal in this community. We've got a lot of dogs and cats roaming around. And so our hope with the Feral Dogs of Avondale Mill, and through the animal shelter too, is that if we can get more animals fixed and get them spayed and neutered in this area, then we won't have this problem that we're having where we're trying to find adopters and fosters and rescues. And this is up here right now is showing how much those spay and neuter vouchers are on a regular basis. We have them available at Mutt Cuts all year round, every day. You can stop by there, and these are used at Alabama Spay and Neuter. That's in Irondale. So you can see the female dog is $87, male dog is $72, female cat $72, and a male cat is $57. So that's at a much reduced price, and that's available. And please please use those vouchers. And you have been to the pickup point. So at Alabama Spay and Neuter, you don't necessarily have to drive to Irondale to use it, but you can put your pet on the bus that comes down here, on the trucks that come down, the transport that will take them from Sylacauga. So Jonathan's been a couple of times. I've ridden with him once.
Yeah, I mean, the whole Home Depot parking lot is just full of cars, and there's this whole procedure where you have to have your form and all these things, but I mean, it's
controlled chaos.
It's controlled chaos.
You know, there's a lot going on there. You drive up, and one time I was there with you, and some guy drove up next to us, said, "Is this the line for spaying and neuter?" Like, I don't have time for this. And he actually turned around, but they go fast.
Yeah, it's
something,
fast.
if you show up, if you get your animal on that transport, you don't have to wait in line a long time at Home Depot. And it's something that is a great service that we can do in the community, because you do have that option to get your animal up there and to have them fixed, and at a much reduced price. And there's a whole procedure. We'll be having another next month, so in the next few weeks, be watching for the information. We're going to have another spay and neuter voucher sale, and I believe we'll have one last time at PetSense before we lose that partnership and lose PetSense here in Sylacauga. But that'll be for $30 vouchers. And again, like Jonathan said, we have to raise money to have the $30 voucher sale.
Yeah, that doesn't just happen for free. So,
And you know, we have support from the county commissioners, we have support from the city of Sylacauga, so we're able to have much more frequent voucher sales, because normally we would have it maybe once or twice a year, but we can do it every quarter now because of that support and because of the community support, which we're talking about today. So that brings that cost down to $30 because we have people donating money, because we've raised money and we've been able to supplement that amount. And that $30 is important. It might not sound like much, but there are a lot of people in the community that have to decide, you know, on paying a power bill or paying for gas or paying a vet bill for their pet instead of spaying and neutering, and that gives them that option.
Absolutely. Yeah, everybody thinks things are for free. There's nothing I've ever seen that's for free. Somebody's paying along the way is the key thing. So just remember that somebody's supporting that. So please come out and at least bring your animal and get them fixed.
Absolutely. And if you need help with that, if you need any sort of, I mean, we had someone on a few weeks ago talking about transport. There are a lot of people that don't have the ability to get their animal to Home Depot to catch that transport, but there's help out there. All you have to do is reach out and ask, and you can email or you can message Feral Dogs of Avondale Mill, and if there's a way that we can help, we will do that. And again, it's because of the generosity of our volunteers. And let's talk about the community, talk about the different things that happen, because when you see a dog, like we discussed, if you see a dog that's been adopted, if you see a dog that's going on transport, there's a lot that happens behind the scenes before that can happen. And so there's so many ways to help. We've discussed this so many times on here. Jonathan's been on here with me to talk about different things. So let's talk about the things that have to happen and the different ways you can support.
Yeah, I don't even know where to start. I mean, at 5 o'clock this morning, we were up and we were out because we have a baby puppy that hit its head and we had to get it to the vet, and it's doing great. And
this is a dog that's going to New Jersey.
Our foster is going to New Jersey, and we got
Yeah.
another dog that had dermatology problems, and we've gotten her all fixed, and she's doing amazing, and now she's going to rescue. And so there are people in the community that wake up at 5 a.m. and go grab dogs and make sure that they're good, and this happens pretty much every day in our life. So, I mean, there's small things people can do, but there are also people doing big things all over the community.
And there are all kinds of ways to help. I mean, you can foster, like Jonathan was just talking about. You have the option to foster adult dogs from the shelter. You can do a foster to adopt. I love that program that they have at the shelter, because you can take a dog from the shelter, bring it to your home, see if the dog's personality or if the dog fits in with your other pets or your kids or your family in general, and you can make that decision before you adopt, because that's so important that we have successful adoptions. And that's the biggest thing. Well, let's talk about what we hope we can find is a successful adoption of Angie here. Angie is a couple of years old. She is at the Sylacauga Animal Shelter. Angie's actually ready to go to a home. She's been fixed. She has all of her shots. Angie is heartworm positive, so she will need treatment, but that is paid for too. We have, again, that's one way to help. You can donate some funds, and we can use those for not only spaying and neutering, which the Spay-Getty dinner is going to do, but we can also raise money for heartworm treatment. And as you can see in this picture, we have people that come out to the shelter that take pictures, that will photograph the dog so that we can submit them to rescue, so that we can put them on Facebook. And this is a standard picture that rescues you, so they can see the entire dog and they know exactly, because it's important with rescues to know what the dog looks like, because they have to be able to get that dog adopted quickly, because the rescues that we send to, they help a lot of different shelters, they help a lot of different cities, and they want to be able to find a home quickly. And so if we send them a good picture, then they can look at Angie and see. But then here's a fun picture, not that the other one wasn't fun too. We also have people that will come out and take dogs on doggy day outs, and they can get pictures to show the dog's personality. So you can see the difference of the standard picture that we have to have that's so wonderful for the people to come and take them. But then we get Angie, and who would have known that she enjoyed a convertible? I mean, that's something that we can tell people in a behavioral analysis, that
Yeah, I
she
hate
likes
a
to ride.
convertible, so I'm surprised she does. Maybe it doesn't whip her hair around or something. Her
Yeah,
ears stay
maybe her
together.
ears get to whip around a little bit.
I got you.
But we have several of our volunteers that will go and take dogs out, and that's a good way to get exercise. It's a good way to not only help the dogs, and we get more information about them, but it can make you feel good to come and take a dog out and walk them around and get some interaction. And if you can't have a dog for some reason, or it's a day you can basically check out a dog from the shelter like you do a book from the library.
Absolutely. And if we're talking about community health, we need the community participating more in helping with animals. And the best way is to not have the animals here.
Is
So
the
if we
spaying
fix
and
them-
neutering, yes.
Yeah, so that's number one thing. But then once they're here, there is a problem, and we need help with the problem.
And like Jonathan was talking about, we of course have the foster system. We have dog walking on Saturdays at the shelter, and right now it's still at 9 a.m. because it's so warm, and we're there from 9 to 11. But you can also call the shelter any day of the week and go and help. There are different things that you can do to go and walk dogs there, pet dogs. You can interact with some of the ones that are timid and scared so that we can get their personality out and find a home for them, or get a rescue to look at them and understand that they'll be a good dog for a home setting. And there you can come and help them clean dishes. You can do so many things at the shelter. So there's ways to help with that where you can go out, and so it's not just the big things like fostering and taking a dog home with you, or adopting. I mean, even just sharing a post. That's been the most amazing thing that I've seen lately, is we've got the volunteers that take these dogs out on doggy day outs. They share those, they post it on Facebook, and we get so many shares. And so many times you don't know who you know that might be looking for a dog. You think everybody that you know has one and they don't need another one, but they have family that live in other areas, or they have friends that live in other areas. And these people will come to Sylacauga to adopt these dogs because of those posts that have been shared. So that is just pressing a button to share something on social media, and that is one of the biggest things that people can do, but it's one of the simplest also. So we definitely have lots of ways that people can help.
We talk a lot on my show about how people love to complain, but they don't help as much as they could. So instead of maybe getting on somebody's post and saying, I don't like you, or
Yeah.
I'm mad about what you're doing, maybe you find a good one and send it. And maybe send 100 good ones for every bad one, and then maybe we could solve some kind of problem.
Absolutely. And we have definitely something that our community that has helped can be very proud of. We have 33 dogs that are leaving on Monday for New Jersey. So we've got a rescue partnership in New Jersey, and they're taking 33 Sylacauga dogs, and they will be able to get them adopted very quickly. They oftentimes have up to 60 dogs adopted a week in New Jersey. So in that particular area and with that particular rescue. So it's a wonderful outlet for us. And again, there is so much behind the scenes that happens to get
Tara
those dogs.
has a full-time job making this happen.
Well,
is the
there
key
are
thing.
a lot of people. It's not
Tara
just
has
me,
a
but we've
full-time
got,
job making this
there are
happen.
a lot
I can
of
say I
people
see it at home.
that help with this. I mean, it does take a community, and it takes these wonderful volunteers to help. And again, everybody plays a part, and this community should be very proud that we have 33 dogs leaving, and we have
And
dogs
we should
regularly.
be, but we
Yeah.
also shouldn't have 33 dogs that need to go. So I'd say
That's
the
true.
side of the Jonathan side of it is that I agree we're proud and it's amazing, but we really, if we could fix the problem at the beginning, we wouldn't have 33 dogs that need to go.
So that's where it's very important to spay and neuter. So we
Spay
always
and
circle
neuter.
back around to spaying and neutering. And again, just let us know if you need any help at all, because it's so important to get these dogs fixed so that we're not having to try to catch the puppies. And the shelter is full, the shelter is always full, but if we can all come together as a community and really work on the spaying and neutering, then we won't see that shelter full all the time, and we'll be able to get a handle on
It'd
it.
be amazing.
And not have a van full going to New Jersey. So I'll circle back around also to Jonathan's comment that yes, we should be very proud as a community that we pulled together to get those dogs out of here, but it is better to not have them here at all. So we need to spay and neuter. But there's a lot you can do for the community, and I appreciate you
We need more
coming
help.
on here.
We
Yeah.
need more help. So if you've even thought about helping, please help. Anything is a help.
And just contact us if you have any questions about how you can help, because like I said, everything big or small can be a huge help. And you might not realize that something as simple as sharing a post could make a world of difference. And allow us to find homes for these dogs and find an outlet. But thank you so much for joining us. Make sure to come out to the shelter this weekend to walk dogs. Please come out to the spaghetti dinner, and let's raise some money for spaying and neutering. And thanks again, Jonathan.
Glad
We'll
to be
have
here.
him on again sometime later, but contact us if you have questions about the supper. Thank you so much for joining us. We'll have more Daybreak after these messages.